What's going on, everybody? So today I want to talk about something that most people get completely wrong: walking away. And I mean walking away from people, from situations, from jobs, from arguments, from things that no longer serve you. Because here's the thing, we've been conditioned to believe that walking away is quitting, that it means you're weak, that you couldn't handle it. But that's one of the biggest lies we've been told. Walking away is actually one of the most powerful things you can do. And once you truly understand why, it changes everything about how you move through life. Let me start with something simple. Have you ever been in an argument where you knew deep down that nothing productive was going to come from it? The other person wasn't listening. You weren't really listening either. It was just two egos going back and forth. And then you just stopped. You said, you know what, I'm done. And you walked away. Remember how that felt? There's this immediate wave of clarity, like you just stepped out of a fog. That's because walking away resets your emotional state. It gives your brain space to actually think, instead of just react. And reacting is where most of us get into trouble. Now let's talk about relationships. And I don't just mean romantic ones. I mean friendships, business partnerships, any kind of connection where you're giving more than you're getting back. A lot of people stay in bad relationships because they've invested so much time. They think, well, I've already put in 3 years, I can't just leave now. That's called the sunk cost fallacy, and it will ruin your life if you let it. The time you spent is gone regardless. You don't get it back by staying. You only lose more of it. The real question isn't how much time have I invested. The real question is, do I want to keep investing? And when the answer is no, walking away isn't failure. It's the smartest decision you'll ever make. Here's what's interesting about human psychology. We actually respect people who walk away more than people who stay and complain. Think about that for a second. When someone quietly removes themselves from a toxic situation without drama, without begging, without making a scene, it sends a message. It says, my peace is worth more than this. My time is worth more than this. I am worth more than this. And that kind of self-respect is magnetic. People notice it. Opportunities notice it. The universe notices it, if you want to get a little philosophical about it. Now let's talk about the workplace, because this is where walking away gets really interesting. How many of you are staying at a job right now that you hate, where you feel undervalued, overworked, and completely drained? And the reason you stay is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of not finding something better, fear of what people will think. But here's the reality check. Every single person who ever built something great had to walk away from something comfortable first. Comfort is the enemy of growth. You cannot level up while clinging to the same ledge. At some point, you have to let go and reach for the next one. But I want to be clear about something. Walking away doesn't mean running away. There's a huge difference. Running away is emotional, it's impulsive, it's driven by fear or anger. Walking away is strategic, it's calm, it's a decision made from a place of clarity. When you run away, you carry all the baggage with you. When you walk away, you leave it behind. That distinction matters more than most people realize. Let me give you a practical framework for knowing when to walk away. Ask yourself 3 questions. First, have I clearly communicated what I need? Second, has there been any real effort to change? And third, am I staying out of love or am I staying out of fear? If you've communicated clearly, nothing has changed, and you're only staying because you're afraid of what comes next. You already have your answer. You just need the courage to act on it. And here's the part that nobody talks about. The moment you walk away, things start shifting. Not immediately, not overnight, but they shift. Because you've just told yourself and the world that you have standards. And when you have standards, you start attracting things that meet them. I've seen this happen over and over again. Someone leaves a dead-end job and within months finds something they actually love. Someone ends a toxic relationship and meets the right person 6 months later. Someone stops chasing people who don't care and suddenly finds a community that does. It's not magic. It's just what happens when you stop filling your life with the wrong things. You finally have room for the right ones. So if you're sitting there right now, holding on to something that's draining you, something that doesn't respect your energy, your time, or your worth, I want you to really think about what's keeping you there. Because 9 times out of 10, it's just fear dressed up as loyalty. Walking away is not the end of the story, it's the beginning of a better one, and I promise you, future, you will look back and say that was the best decision I ever made. If this resonated with you, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves.